It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis, presented by Verizon, the #1 network in Milwaukee, on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and on the free Odyssey app.
Lightning and the thunder.
But after all these years, I'm still scared of thunder.
It's time for Middays with Thunder with Mitch Nellis, broadcasting live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Good midday and welcome in. This is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon. Middays with Thunder edition, and the big man himself, TK, the Wurtzinator, the Kmart model, the bigger than big hunk of love, the Jake Bauers stan.
Thank you.
Still can't believe they didn't come back and pull it off last night. The one, the only, Tommy Wirtz.
I would like to say this. I would gladly trade Jake Bauers going 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts and the Brewers win the game.
Of course.
Right? Gladly.
Of course.
Gladly. But
with that said,
my Twitter was popping after Jake Bauers hit the homer. Everyone knew. I love that everyone thought of me when Jake Bauers hit a home run yesterday. And I do think that he's getting some unnecessary hate for striking out in the 8th with the bases. It was a terrible at bat. He got thrown off completely by not getting his time call, even though it benefited him.
Right, even though he got to basically start the account with the at bat with a 1-0 count.
And I understand,
but he never reset.
He never got it back. Yeah. But he went 2 for 4, hit a homer, had 2 runs driven in. Yeah. He's the only guy who put up 2 hits in the ball game.
That is correct.
And so I think that he did his job yesterday. That's where I'm at with it. But again, I am more upset than I am happy for Jake Bauers that the Brewers were not able to get it done in Game 3.
This is the Mason Crosby Show, 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan, free on the Odyssey app, the iHeart app, and free on YouTube. That's YOUTUBE, for those of you who don't know. We are live every day on YouTube at The Fan Milwaukee. You can be a part of that, and you can watch us on the YouTube. Milwaukee Brewers fall in Chicago last night. 4-3 opportunity to sweep the series goes awry early in that first inning. We've got so much to get to on our list of what we want to talk about with last night's game. Philadelphia, Kyle Schwarber win in LA. That means they play at 5:08 today. That means the Brewers play at 8:08 today instead of 6:08 today. It's going to be a long night for many of us who stay up to the wee hours to watch that game. As much as Major League Baseball has done an amazing job over the past couple of years, getting games from an average of 3 hours or 3:15 down to about 2.5 hours, has not really affected playoff baseball the same way, because playoff baseball is pitch by pitch, inning by inning. It's so much more important in a 3-game, 5-game, 7-game series than when it's one raisin in a 162-game trail mix, that there's more pitching changes, there's more stoppages, there's more just focus on every single play.
Especially in the Brewers-Cubs series, the first inning is where everything happens right now. I mean, the first inning has been over 40 minutes, I think, in at least 2 of the 3 of these games.
Just nuts.
And it could have been in all 3 of these games. But there's just so much action in the first inning. It's like both teams are just thinking, all we have to do is get through this inning in order to be successful. And really, it feels like the winner of the first inning is been the team winning the game, right? I mean, that's what it's been the last 3 games.
Let's get the news and notes out of the way that we have to get to. Freddie Peralta is starting the game today.
Yes.
He will get the start. He's not opening the game. He's starting the game, and he will face Matthew Boyd, the Game 1 starter for the Cubs. Now, remember, in Game 1, Freddie was on full rest. Matthew Boyd was on short rest, and the Brewers took early advantage of that. Tonight, they will both be on their normal 4 days rest. So we will see how that affects both of them. I'd be surprised if they both gave up first inning runs tonight, but we will see on that. My guess, again, because of Matthew Boyd and because of the success the Brewers had, I'd be shocked if we saw any lineup besides what we saw for Game 1.
Yep.
I'm not willing to say that, but I would write it in pencil. I would kind of write it in pen. I don't know that I'd write it in Sharpie, but that's what I would assume. I would assume when you score 6 in the first inning off a guy, you don't fix if it's not broken. As much as we'd love to see Jake Bauers in the lineup again, Andrew Vaughn obviously handles lefties in a way that you can't have him out of the lineup.
And on top of it, then that would probably lead, not that it was a problem yesterday with Yelich leading off because he started the game with the double. That was great.
Sure.
But
then went 0 for 4 after that.
Jackson Chourio will get the leadoff spot, and getting him as many at bats for Jackson Chourio is totally okay with Brewers fans, I think.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So it's Freddie Peralta and Matthew Boyd tonight, 8:08 first pitch. The Brewers are a slight minus 120 favorite. Betting odds courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Game 5, if necessary, is on Saturday. Right now, it'd be slated for around 3:30, but that again is based on Philly and the Dodgers. So we'll keep eye on that. Around Major League Baseball, the Blue Jays take care of the Yankees last night. Seattle and Detroit are tied 2-2, and Skuball's pitching Game 5 of that series. We'll see how that goes. Kyle Schwarber goes nuts last night, and Philly at least gets a win in that series. Dodgers still lead 2-1. But we, and one other news and note I want to pass along before, and we'll talk about this more throughout the show. Brandon McManus, kicker for our Green Bay Packers, has a quad injury, is a limited participant. And in his press conference today at 11, Matt LaFleur, who basically shared no information whatsoever at this press conference, did say that this was a major concern. The only other kicker on the roster is, of course, Mark McNamee.
You got
from
it.
Ireland. He's on the practice squad. But I'm going right away. Oh, beep boop boop, beep boop boop boop. Mason, you there? Could we get Mason Crosby to kick?
Oh my God.
One game? Can we get Mason Crosby's going to join the show around 1:20 today, and we're going to make our picks. But imagine if they called up Mason and said, "Hey, it's the Bengals. We're at home. We need you. Are you in shape?" And he says, "Yeah, I can kick what you need." And he came in for one game. Like, Tommy, are we getting field passes for that game?
I think
is Mason hooking us up? Like, are you dropping all plans on Sunday? If Mason,
I'm not allowed to. Really,
Nope.
Everyone else has all their
fine.
plans.
I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again.
Like,
hey, Sparky, Tommy and I, who are supposed to be hosting. Man, we're getting a lot of use out of this phone line right now. Tommy and I, who are supposed to be hosting the post-game show on Sunday, we're not, because Mason literally just invited us to go on the field Sunday because he is on the field. We're doing his social media.
Do you know how rough it would be if he missed an extra point?
Oh,
that would be so brutal. I feel like you just got to go out on top. Just stay out on top.
Just stay out. Okay.
No way. Like, if he misses an extra point in that game and then messes up the spread or something, right. No, I can't do it.
So we are keeping our eye on the Brandon McManus injury, a quad injury suffered in a practice on Wednesday. It's why kickers shouldn't kick during the week. Mark McNamee is there. I assume that the Packers are on the phone with numerous kickers right now and are trying to figure out what their plan is, because there needs to be a plan B for Sunday. This is the Mason Crosby Show with me, Mitch Thunder Nellis, and Tommy, Mr. Leadoff Wirtz. We are presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. Brewers lose last night 4-3. Freddie is starting tonight. Scott writes in on the, what do we call it, the dugout? Is it the dugout, the YouTube chat?
The locker room.
The locker room. Says, "Hey, Thunder, it's been a while. Glad I found you." Scott, I'm glad you found me as well. Now you just got to tell all your friends because that's what we're here for. We are the sports talk in Milwaukee. We are not, we are adding, we are building, we are not subtracting. We're also not so pompous that we're patting ourselves on the back for every little inside joke we make. We want you to be part of the inside joke. We want our fans to be part of the inside joke. We want you to be in on everything we do. That's why, like yesterday, we go to Natty Oaks. We invite everybody in. And Tommy, it had to be nuts. I was there pregame, obviously, while you were doing the leadoff show, but then I had to go get the girls. It had to be nuts at Natty Oaks last night.
It was awesome. Yeah, Natty Oaks was great. They did an awesome job hooking us up there. Josh Albrecht, Brandon Snide, Mitch Nellis.
Is Josh Albrecht like VIP at Natty Oaks? Like, I feel like he knows everybody.
He knows a lot of people over at Natty Oaks for sure. He hooked it up all day over there. We had the team out. It was a fun time. Shout out to Ken in the Falls. He came out as well. That was a good one. I'm excited to see what we got going tonight, as we'll be at Brewski's from 7 to 8, doing the leadoff show. So join us there. Thanks to our good friends over at Sun Cruiser. They're hooking it up again, helping us out, get out there in the community and getting you guys Brewers coverage out live in the community.
Yeah, as it should be, because that's what we do. We are part of the community. We are here for you. And speaking about a guy who has become a member of our community this year, well, the past couple of years.
I think the moment got to him a little bit. I think this is, again, he's not technically a rookie, but it's his first postseason appearance and had a long layoff. It's in his hometown. Yeah, I feel for him because that's not typically how he's done this year, and it gave them a jump start and was the difference in the game.
That, of course, is Pat Murphy talking about Quinn Priester yesterday. And Tommy, I think that's the first storyline, is the struggles that Quinn Priester had in that first inning, could not get out of the first inning. The question that was asked to Pat Murphy was that there were a lot of uncompetitive misses from Priester. And I think that's what we saw. Just pitches not even close, pitches out of the zone. And then when pitchers were in the zone, they were down the middle. And it was a rough outing for Quinn Priester, who, frankly, we jumped on very early. We've been calling him a dog all summer long.
Yeah.
I still think he's got the dog in him. It just didn't go that way yesterday.
Yeah, it was not Quinn Priester's day. Doesn't even get through the first inning. 3 hits, 4 earned runs. One of those earned runs coming on the wild pitch from Nick Mears, as you remember, as well in the game. He was the first man out to close things out in the first inning. But then the bullpen really settled in after that. And the first inning has been at both teams' Achilles heel, it feels like. I even said, I was talking with IT Ed as he was there as well at Natty Oaks.
Love that guy.
And I said, man, you just got to get past Michael Busch, right? Like that. I will say that Michael Busch is a stud right now. That guy, every time he comes up to bat, I'm a little nervous every time because I know what he can do and I know what he's doing. He's slugging .750 in the postseason right now. He's got 3 homers at the same time.
He's been unbelievable.
Led the game off with a homer like he did in game 1 as well.
After the Brewers had scored a really weird run in the first inning.
Teams are 0-3 if they score first in the game.
Yeah.
That's weird, right? That's a weird stat to have.
We said on the show yesterday, we didn't want the Brewers to score in the first.
We did,
but we were kind of tongue-in-cheek about it. But we kind of had that feeling that if they did what the Cubs did the first 2 games, it didn't go well for the Cubs. And it didn't go the right way for the Brewers either.
Honestly, Brewers shouldn't have got a run in the first inning.
No.
That was an infield fly. I don't know what the hell was going on with the umpires during that.
I mean, listen, the argument you can make, and that's what they made, is that like literally no one called the ball and no one settled under it. It is a classic infield fly. You're absolutely right. But if no one makes a play on it, it's a judgment call.
I get it, but
you're right.
I understand the frustration.
It should have been a catch. It should have been an out.
Absolutely should have been an out.
Yeah.
And again, to have a mistake like that for the Chicago Cubs, where this is a must-win, win at all costs game, and you drop a pop fly to first base because no one can find the ball, that's completely unacceptable. And the Brewers not able to really capitalize on it. They give it back, right? That's the wild pitch is kind of giving that one back. But
I hated that wild pitch.
In all reality, the Brewers probably should have lost this game. They got outplayed, I thought, by Chicago for most of this, but the bullpen performances from Milwaukee gave some hope for me, at least, heading down the stretch here. Like guys like Jose Quintana coming in, giving a strong 3 innings in that. And
let's get to the bullpen, but I want to stick with Quinn real quick.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
Quinn comes out, gives up the home run, and even after giving up the home run, I'm thinking to myself, Quinn's still got the dog in him. Like he's going to come back and like this is going to even laser focus him more. And obviously it didn't go that way. And sitting here today, it's easy for us to analyze every move, right? I'm sure the Cubs, I'm sure the Yankees fans, like I can't even imagine what it sounds like on WFAN today, right? 660 WFAN in New York, just ripping the Yankees, just questioning every decision that was made. But we can absolutely question decisions. And I think the decision I want to question immediately right now is, should Priester have pitched game 2? Should they have figured out whether it's Quintana for 3 or a bullpen for 3, knowing exactly what Pat Murphy said. He's not technically a rookie, but it's his first postseason appearance. He's had a long layoff. It's his hometown. That's like literally 3 things that you point to when you're like, maybe we don't start him at Wrigley in game 3. And yeah, there's a little pressure off because you're up 2-0. I get that. But it is now sitting back today, which I know we can't rewrite history and we don't live in the multiverse. But is there any thought? Because I'm certainly thinking that, man, it might have been a lot more comfortable for Quinn Priester to pitch game 2.
I don't even know if I feel that way about it, but if they were going to go with the Aaron Ashby move in game 2, what about the idea of Quinn Priester is the first man out of the pen in game 3, and then inning 1, they should have thrown Jared Koenig, right? Or Gasser, right? Yeah, Gasser would have worked too, right? Yeah. Just I actually love that the Cubs are so scared to put Michael Busch against a lefty. I do. And force them to play him against a lefty, or force them to start 700-year-old Justin Turner in the first inning of a game. Like, Freddie can start when Freddie's ready to start.
Or even, honestly, Ashby again.
And after that, I want a lefty coming in that first inning. If they're going to go with Michael Busch, the counter move is throw a lefty. Right. Anytime not against Freddie. I know Freddie gave up the leadoff homer to Michael Busch, but I think that if they would have had a Robert Gasser or a Jared Koenig start game 3 and then have Priester be the first man out of the pen, that I think I could have got a little more behind. I think we all looked at that move in hindsight and thought, wow, saving Quinn for game 3 was awesome, yes. Right? I mean, if the offense was able to do that in game 2 and the performance from Aaron Ashby was just in that first inning debacle, I think everyone was happy on paper that Quinn Priester could be saved for game 3. But I probably now wonder if the Brewers, if Freddie's not pitching in this series, they should open up with lefties just to see if Michael Busch is going to either hit a lefty or be the guy to not play in the game until a righty is brought back in.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by that point. If Gasser had opened yesterday, that's an interesting.
I think that they could get by if it was. I know you want Koenig probably in late game moments because of Michael Busch.
1 and 2 though, and he was a mess yesterday. Like
he only threw 7 pitches yesterday
because he couldn't. He was not. They probably should not have used him. 414-677-1250 is the phone number. Do you agree with the 3 starters / openers that we've seen so far in this series? I think another reason I am pushing the Priester narrative in game 2 is because of how good Quintana looked yesterday.
He looked awesome.
And if you knew you were going to get that Quintana, I have to think there's somewhere in the back of Murph's mind where it's like, man, if we had started Priester in 2 and win that, and we get that Quintana for 3 innings, we probably could have gotten that Quintana for 4 or 5. Now, they only pitched him 3 because they might need him in game 5.
Yeah.
Now, if you pitch him as a starter in game 3, you don't need him in game 5 because then you got Priester coming back in game 5, and maybe you don't even need anybody for 4 or 5 because maybe it ends up being a sweep. But I do think seeing the way Quintana pitched also makes me question, should it have been Priester in 2? Quintana, the wily veteran, the guy who's pitched 100 million games at Wrigley Field. He's been a member of the Cubs. He's been a member of the White Sox. He's now a member of the Brewers. He knows this rivalry. He knows that park. He's not going to be wowed by a circumstance by any means. Would it have made more sense to go Freddie, Priester, Quintana, the way many of us assumed it was just going to go? Like, Murphy threw a whole wrench at this, and it ended up working out in game 2, but it didn't work out in game 3.
Sure.
And that's, I think, where our concern is, because now the Cubs have life.
And I don't want to give credit necessarily, but you have to give the credit to Chicago in that first inning. They had a completely different approach than they've had in the first 2 games. They were very patient. I mean, This is how
very different.
Look, the
but
first
Priester
inning
also wasn't close.
No, there was a lot that weren't.
Right.
And
it's not like they were laying off 50-50 pitches.
6-pitch home run first at bat, right? That's what Michael Busch did. Yeah. Then it was
and it ended up being what, just right down the middle, that last pitch.
Yep. Yeah. 6-pitch single for Nico Horner.
Nico Horner's on one, by the way.
5-pitch walk for Kyle Tucker.
Not okay.
a 6-pitch flyout, Seiya Suzuki,
Yep.
6-pitch walk for Ian Happ. It was a 6-pitch strikeout for Carson Kelly.
Well, and hold on. That Suzuki catch, remember, that was like an unbelievable play by Sal Frelick. 414-677-1250 is the phone number here if you want to get onto the Nikolai Law Fan Talk and Text line, be a part of the show. 414 writes in, I don't believe the Cubs outplayed the Brewers. The Brewers kept putting the pressure on them. They just didn't come through with the big hit. The Cubs tried to give it away. I 100% agree with that. After the first inning, the Brewers were the better team. The Brewers have been clearly the better team in this series. I think the Brewers are clearly better than the Chicago Cubs right now, as the Cubs are constituted, as the Brewers are constituted. I mean, it would not surprise me if the Brewers win 11-2 tonight.
Sure.
Like I just think they are clearly the better team, but that doesn't mean you win.
Brewers,
like when you have a first inning like last night, yes, the Brewers were the better team last night, but to spot them a 4-1 lead, that's tough to overcome.
100%. In the second inning, the Brewers were 1-2-3. In the third inning, they were 1-2-3. In the fifth inning, they were 1-2-3. In the sixth inning, they were 1-2-3. In the ninth inning, they were 1-2-3. Like, I don't necessarily think that the Brewers outplayed, right? Like, outplayed feels like
the seventh and the eighth.
Right. They had
really
the opportunity. They had the moment.
In a 4-3 game, that's where you have to come through. You come through with one hit there. Bryce moves Jackson over. Jake gets a hit in the eighth. This is a completely different game, right? If either of those things happen.
Caleb Durbin, man, like commit on that going home too. That one was tough.
But
that
he doesn't know the ball's stuck in the guy's glove.
Yeah, I know.
Like we all saw that. But I agree. When you're that close to the plate,
just commit.
Just go.
Just commit.
Just go. And if you get tagged out, if you back up, you're going to get caught in the rundown.
Yep.
By going home, that's the only opportunity you give yourself. Scott writes in on the dugout on YouTube. He wants to know if Josh was buying chili for everybody at Natty Oaks. He wasn't yesterday. We got some other things yesterday. That's a Friday thing for Josh. So Tommy, we got to make sure we take advantage of Josh on a Friday and rock some chili at Natty Oaks for sure. 414-677-1250 is the phone number. John is in Franklin. John, you're on the Mason Crosby Show, Middays with Thunder edition with Tommy, Mr. Leadoff Wirtz.
Man, I'm not worthy. I get on with TNT. I love it.
Let's go. That's right, Tommy and Thunder.
How we doing, John?
Let's go. Got to tell you, after that disastrous first inning, it's just an amazing job by the Brewers bullpen.
So good.
And I felt after we got by the second and third inning and my group was all, they were a bit gloom and doom. And I'm like, you kidding me? Just chip away. Give me a run. Give me a, just keep closing this thing up a little bit. Then they got the 4-2. I'm like, look, even if this thing goes to the ninth inning, we get a runner on, we could tie this thing up. That this is a ball game. And they brought it all the way home in that eighth inning. Oh my gosh, just a missed opportunity to close the door on these guys. Terrain's that bad. I mean, the kid's been fantastic this year, but
all season
that at bat was absolutely atrocious. I mean, he was lost.
Yes,
lost up there. Right. He was nowhere near those. Oh my God, it was so bad. But the Cubs did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
They're going with Peralta.
Right. There's another team out there. It's not just the Brewers. As much as we think the Brewers are, and I said it, I think they're the better team, and I don't think it's close. Like the other team comes out and plays too. And they needed to take advantage of Quinn Priester, who wasn't ready to go. But if Freddie's ready to go tonight, if we get normal Freddie tonight, I mean, I think the Brewers should be the favorite in this game. They are a slight favorite. I'm not, I'm worried. I'm concerned, but I think they win the game, John.
I don't want to second. I can't be second guessing. Who am I to second guess, Murph?
Right, but we can all have our opinion. You're right.
But gee whiz, I mean, with the Woodruff injury, how much thought was Quintana is not going to be, the moment's not going to be too big for the guy. I know his stuff isn't what it used to be, but that guy can still pitch, and he's got a calm demeanor, and the way he handled himself yesterday, I mean, we could second guess this thing till the cows come home, but we might see him in game 5. God forbid that happens.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Hopefully he's pitching game 1 or Priestler. You never know. Thanks for the call, John.
Thanks, John.
414-677-1250, 414-677-1250. It is Freddie Peralta and Matthew Boyd tonight at 8:08 first pitch at Wrigley, which is going to be rocking.
Oh, yeah.
Like the fans are going to do everything they can to get that moving. Brett is in the dugout on YouTube, and he wants to know if Mason's in Green Bay working out. Mason's driving right now. He's going to be on the show in about an hour, but the first question is, like, if you get a call, where's the closest? Like, can you get on a plane today to Green Bay?
There's no shot he's getting a call.
I know, but wouldn't that be cool? I mean, he's officially retired. Like, I think he filled out his paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder what it would take to, can you just unretire?
Yeah, Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski.
I know,
right?
but do you need to, go through paperwork, or do you need to, I don't know.
Can it be fixed by Sunday?
Right.
Okay.
I assume it can, but you never know. Tommy, you okay?
I'm ready to go.
You feeling all right?
Yeah.
You good after last night?
Brewers in 4.
Man, from your mouth to God's ears. More Brewers talk when we come back. 414-677-1250 is the phone number. Freddie Peralta going today. We have some messages in the Nicolay fan talk and text line about whether Freddie should be pitching game 4 or game 5, what that will look like tonight in Chicago. So we will turn our attention to that and a few other shout-outs from the game last night as we turn the page. We're not quite ready to turn the page, but we've got the page in our hand as we're turning it. This is the Mason Crosby Show, Middays with Thunder edition with TNT, Tanqueray and Tonic, Tommy and Thunder, right here, 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan, free on the Odyssey app. We are in the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is the Midday with Thunder edition of the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of our Green Bay Packers. I'm Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. Tommy Wirch is here as well. Freddie Peralta, Matthew Boyd tonight at 8:08. Tommy Wirtz will be at Brewski's tonight. I feel like I wrote that down, but there it is. The leadoff show will get you ready for Game 4, broadcasting live from Brewski's Sports Club and Barbecue, courtesy of Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Don't know what flavors they have. I'm partial to the peach. I know you love the lemonade. Yeah, lemonade's so good. I love that peach as well. Brewers lose last night 4-3. And in other news, Brandon McManus, major concern to Matt LaFleur, a quad injury, missing. Got it. It happened in practice yesterday. He is out today. And I know, Tommy, real quick before we get back to the Brewers, you had some Packers updates you wanted to pass along from practice as well.
Yeah, our guy Ryan Wood, Green Bay Press Gazette, joins us every Monday here.
Did you call him Woody ever?
I have not. I heard Wood Dog one time.
Okay.
I don't know
if Kuhn calls him Woody.
Can
I call him R Wood?
No, you can't.
He's not my Wood. He's not your Wood. He's our Wood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You cannot call him that.
Do you remember
anymore.
when SportsCenter used to do that with Arvydas Sabonis?
No.
Or are you too young?
No.
He's not my Vetus. He's not your Vetus. He's our Vetus.
Yeah, I'm a Domantas Sabonis guy, not Arvydas.
I am too, but I'm old.
Devontae Wyatt, Anthony Belton, Brandon McManus, all not practicing for the Packers.
No
Zach
surprise.
Tom,
Sad about Wyatt.
Zach Tom, Aaron Banks are practicing a day after Pats. Good sign for their availability on Sunday.
Let's go.
But
I don't like butts.
Rasheed Walker,
whoa, let me slow down.
quad stayed.
What is that?
His quad injury. Quad.
What is he hanging out with McManus? They both injured their quads.
He has stayed in the Hudson Center today too, so that sounds like he is not practicing on the field either.
Yeah, so hopefully he's doing just like individual worgonna to get that quad ready.
Jordan Morgan's going to be left tackle, right? That's what's going to happen.
I think so, right? Rasheed Walker's. It's
going to be Kennard at. I don't even know.
No, everybody else will play.
Everyone else.
I think so. Don't you think?
We'll go.
Do you not think Banks and
we'll go Banks,
Tom?
Jenkins, Ryan, and Tom, and then Morgan at left tackle? Yeah. Oh God, I hate that.
I know, but you don't hate it that much.
No, I don't hate it that much, but I would like to like it more.
You hated it more.
Rasheed Walker has not played that well to start the year, quite frankly. So I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah. But if I'm the Bengals, Trey Hendrickson is on Jordan Morgan all day.
Yeah,
all day.
Of course.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, and although I was watching some of that Lions game and Henderson wasn't getting anywhere. The other guy, they actually have some other guys who I think are better. So maybe it's because Hendrickson's getting attention.
Right. It's the Micah Parsons effect. Exactly. Same thing.
Yep.
Right.
This is the Mason Crosby Show here on the Fan, 1250 AM, 105.7 FM. The Fan. The Nicolay Law Fan talk and text line 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. 715 writes in a little bit of a soliloquy here, so bear with me, Tommy. Although I don't necessarily agree with Murph at times, especially when he chooses not to go for the jugular, his college coaching comes through, where he really cares for his players and puts players in the position to most importantly garner experience and be successful. He really thinks that the experience goes full circle and helps said players' development. That's why he threw Priester at Wrigley, to get his on-the-road confidence built. That's exactly why he grabbed his shoulder when leaving the mound and told him that he is going to be needed. These moves are going to pay huge dividends down the road, even if it's not this year. I hear that, 715. I hear what you're saying, but this isn't the time to do that. Unless you really think that you are that much better than the Chicago Cubs and you're going to need Priester in LA or in Toronto or wherever that might be. When you say even if it's not this year, that's where you lose me a little bit. Because when you finish the regular season with the best record in all of baseball, when home field advantage runs through Milwaukee, you make a run this year. You put your players in the best position to win this year, not Quinn Priester.
There is no reason to be thinking about experience for the future, even for the
next series.
No, no.
You go out and win. All right, we got Rhino writes in, a good friend of show Rhino at 608. He says, save Freddie for game 5. He's not good on the road, and if the Brewers win game 4, he's fresh for game 1 of the LCS. Also tell Mason my wife has a huge crush on him. So we'll have to tell Mason when he comes on at 1:20 today that Rhino's wife has. I don't think she's alone. I got to be honest. Like I know Matt LaFleur is the Packer personnel du jour that the women have all the TikTok accounts about and stuff. But I feel like Mason might have been that guy back in the day if TikTok had existed. I just think fun guy, good guy, family guy, good dad, all that sort of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into gray hair. Yeah.
But what do you think? Well, he didn't always have. I mean, I always had gray. I've been great.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have any fan account stuff like the ladies looking at Thunder. It's like I'm good. Save Freddie for Game 5. He's not good on the road.
I hear
to me, Tommy. Works.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I also want to step on the neck. Like, absolutely give no hope. And I understand that, again, Michael Busch then gets to lead off the game at Wrigley, which I don't love. Right. But I'm going to also say that the pitcher that gives the Brewers the best chance when starting a ball game all year has been Freddie Peralta, it feels like. Yeah. So sure. I'm going to err on the side. Here is the other thing. On 4 days rest, Freddie has 17 starts this year on 4 days rest. Okay. He's 5-2, 2.59 ERAs. Opponents have a 6.46 OPS against him.
I like that.
2.35 batting average is actually the highest of any 5 days rest or 6+ days of rest for Freddie Peralta. And it is the highest OPS as well of any guys as well on this list. So, but the 2.59 ERA is the lowest. Yeah. So that's a good news for the Brewers, I believe, as well. The 317 on base percentage, also the highest. 5 days rest, it was 257 and 239 on 6+ days rest. So you're making the
argument that he should not pitch tonight?
No, I don't think so.
It kind of sounds like that.
But I do believe that the Brewers can't afford to try to be cute on the pitching side. What really needs to happen is the Brewers need to get out of the first inning without allowing a run. That is so important. It feels like if they can score one and not give up one, that's going to be massive in this game. Right. But every team
changes everyone's mental.
We've seen 3 first innings, 6 halves of first innings, and there's been a run in each of those halves in the first 3 games right now. The Brewers desperately need to be the first team to not give up a run in the first inning, it feels like, in this series.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. I'm throwing one out at you. Right now, Tommy. You're going to lose your brain.
Okay.
Opener tonight. I mean, it's not going to happen. Freddie's starting. Just throw Trevor out in the first inning. Just mow them down in the first inning. Just Trevor McGill them in the first inning. Just destroy their spirits.
If the Brewers were to lose today, I think Game 5 has to be a lefty opener. Has to.
Oh, for sure. Well, no, but that's all they have. I mean, that's who they have.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I know they have Miz, and Miz could open. But no, depending on who pitches tonight, I would guess Gasser doesn't pitch tonight, and I would guess Gasser is your opener in Game 5 if it came to that.
It would almost be...
You go Gasser, then Priester, then Quintana, and then you figure the rest out.
In Game 5, you go Priester?
5. Yeah. At home? Absolutely.
I don't know. I think that this is opener, like everything's pointing in a direction of, like, to me, that Jared Koenig could be earlier in a game as opposed to later. Do you think Koenig
could be the opener?
Yeah,
especially if he doesn't pitch tonight.
Well, I like
if he pitches tonight. I just don't like how he looked.
I have faith in McGill and Uribe, no matter who they're facing.
Yeah,
like those guys at the back end.
That's why I wouldn't mind McGill pitching the first tonight.
Sure, but I mean, like his leverage late in the game. I do, or at least in that middle point to like put out a fire. Yep. And that's what the role has been for some other guys on this team. Could Chad Patrick open a game?
Sure.
Like, that's another guy that probably...
You don't want him opening against Busch. You want a lefty opening against Busch. 414-677-1250 is the phone number. Are the Brewers getting too cute? Lockridge?
Lockridge might have been too cute. That might have been too cute.
And not the bunt. I thought the bunt was fine.
He had a great AB. First AB was an awesome AB from Brandon Lockridge.
He had a bunch of fouls.
13 pitches, I think. Yeah, struck out. Should have walked.
Right, but he is really good at that. I hated the pitch that Isaac Collins struck out on. Like that, like you can never swing at that
He's
pitch.
Lost, it feels like now. Yeah. Isaac Collins feels very lost. Is there a chance
if they move on, he's not on the roster next round?
I just don't know who you bring in.
Well, if Churio can't play center, if Churio has to play left, you're right. I don't know who you bring in. Or Urias? I don't know.
No, it's not going to be him.
I know.
No. But maybe for Woodruff.
But back to right. are they getting too cute with Lockridge starting, with the bullpen game in game 2, with even with Priester, pitching, pushing him to game 3, he'd been off for what, 8 days more?
I would like to actually
should they have pitched him just because he's been starting every 5th day this whole season? Like, why are you messing with that vibe?
I think the dream lineup for me today would have Sal Frelick leading off.
Ooh.
And
Churio's leading off.
Well,
right?
sorry. You're right. Jackson Churio, leading off. Sal Frelick is batting second with Yelich batting third, maybe.
Or Contreras third, Yelich fourth.
Contreras third, Yelich fourth.
Because they really do like the lefty-righty.
Yeah. I just think that Bryce Terang should move down to that 5 spot.
Agreed.
That's get him out of the top 3 right now. He's been struggling. Sal hasn't been much better either.
I think the 3 spots in his head.
Yeah.
Because he hit so many home runs in August that he became a de facto power hitter. His power went way down, back down in September, and it just doesn't look like. I'd rather
he probably goes down to the 6th spot because they're going to have Vaughn batting 5th today, you would think, right?
I love that lineup.
Yeah.
I think that's a great lineup. And I think Sal is I don't think Sal's been great at the plate, but he's been better. He's made good contact. I'd like, and that's the thing,
He's got a small zone too, right? You got to throw it in his strike zone early and often there. I think that
Terang and Frelick both have 231 on base.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only 3 games.
Right.
So let's not overreact. But they both have 1 RBI. They both have 231 on base percentages. It's not like I think I wouldn't mind. I assume because they scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 1st against Boyd that they will go with the exact same lineup.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind mixing up the lefties a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
I think that's where my brain goes, is just trying to get better, setting up Frelick and Terang for more success, because those guys have not been a part of this success, it feels like, in the NLDS so far.
414-677-1250 is the Nicolay Law Fan talk and text line. You can give us a call, be part of the show. You can also text into that number. You can also find us on Twitter at The Fan Milwaukee, at Thunder MKE, at Tommy WSSP. And we are on YouTube. That's right. We are free on YouTube at The Fan Milwaukee. Scott's been chiming in. Brett's been chiming in. So if you want to get your comments on YouTube as well, you can do that. I know we've got Drew Wagner coming up at 1. We've got Mason Crosby coming up at 1:20. I feel like we're just getting started, and we're like already do we even have enough time to be on our own show? Reminder: Tommy will be at Brewski's this evening. The leadoff show with Tommy Wirtz gets you ready for Game 4. Brewski Sports Club and Barbecue, courtesy of Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, at 7:00 this evening on 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan, and everywhere where you can stream us as you listen on your devices. My name's Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. Tommy Wirtz is here. Mason joins us at 1:20. It's the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. I know for those of you on YouTube, you can't hear the music we're playing, but Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses just came on. This might be one of my all-time. I mean, this album, like I remember when we were in high school, we got like a bootleg VCR videotape of a Guns N' Roses concert from Japan.
What's a VCR, Mitch?
Exactly. Thank you. And we all got together. We ordered pizza and like we just went nuts, like jamming in my buddy Aaron's basement, watching this concert, like 6 dudes. Man, we were so cool back then, right? I mean, come on now. This is the Mason Crosby Show, Middays with Thunder edition. I'm Mitch Nelson, a.k.a. Thunder. Tommy Wirtz is here as well. And we got some more Brewers to talk about. We got some Packers to talk about. Got some basketball to talk about. Joseph writes in on YouTube in the dugout, Murphy spoiled game 3. I knew before first pitch the moment was too big for Priester. Joseph, if you could have texted Murph and let him know, that would have helped us all out a lot. Okay, that would have been great. Actually, if you could have done that before game 2 and told Murph that he should have started Priester in game 2 because he gets to start at home, he doesn't have the pressure of pitching in Wrigley. He could have just like shown up and done his thing. I think we're going to look back at this, regardless of what happens today and or this weekend or next week or whatever. I think we are going to look back and think Priester should have pitched 2, Quintana should have pitched 3. I just do. I just think, and it's like I know it
won
sucks.
game 2.
I know they won game 2, but if it ruined Priester, and with the way Quintana pitched, listen, they won game 2, but they didn't win game 3. And if Priester in 2 and Quintana in 3 means a sweep, that's better than what's happening right now. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
So that's where I think we're going to look back at this and say, man, my gut tells me that if Priester had pitched 2 and Quintana had pitched 3, this would have been a sweep. There's no way of knowing. I totally understand that. I get it. I just feel like that's how I'm going to feel. Real quick, the 30 NBA executives, they do a poll every year who's going to win. They pick the Oklahoma City Thunder to win again. Who is the not quite unanimous, but of each position, there were clear winners of who the best player was at each position. Who do you think the best power forward was?
Giannis.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. And it's actually just the 5 best players in the league is what they do, not at position. So it's SGA, Anthony Edwards, Luka, Giannis, and Jokic. I don't know if Anthony Edwards deserves to be up there just yet. Like just the way they kind of fail in the playoffs sometimes. I don't know who else would be there. Like Steph, LeBron, Durant. I know they're all old.
What is this list now?
It's the best player at any position. Like the 5 best are SGA, Anthony Edwards, Luka, Giannis, and Jokic. And it says at any position. So I think it is. So what? So is Luka the point? SGA is the shooting guard, and Anthony Edwards a small forward? I don't know. Or is SGA a small forward?
It would be SGA as the point guard, I think, from that.
But isn't Luka? Yeah, but Luka's not a small
point guard, isn't he?
I don't know. I
don't get that.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But those 3 were kind of the.
All right, Mitch. Power rankings are stupid. Okay,
yeah,
finally, I'm on your team.
Finally,
Jeez,
thank
you. Took me a year, but I got.
But nice to see Giannis on the top of those standings there as well. And Jokic is the favorite to win the MVP again. They're not giving it to Jokic. Like there's Jokic fatigue, just like there was Giannis fatigue. Nobody's giving the MVP to Jokic.
Has anyone ever won the MVP being traded in the middle of the year?
Jokic? That'd be amazing if Jokic got traded. After everybody talking about Giannis and nobody talking about Jokic and saying he wants to play in Denver. That'd be unbelievable. Drew Wagner, our Milwaukee baseball insider, will join us coming up next here on the Mason Crosby Show, powered by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers.
A Super Bowl champion.
The Green Bay Packers have won the Super Bowl.
The Packers' all-time leading scorer.
A game winner for Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis, presented by Verizon, the #1 network in Milwaukee, on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and on the free Odyssey app.
Lightning and the thunder.
But after all these years, I'm still scared of thunder.
Don't be scared of thunder. When you hear the sound of thunder, don't you get too scared. Just grab your thunder buddy and say these magic words. Man, can the Brewers get a win over Chicago? That would be so nice. It would be so nice that I would say it twice. So that's all I got for you. Nailed it. This is the Mason Crosby Show, 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan. It's Middays with Thunder edition. TNT, Tanqueray and Tonic, Tommy and Thunder are here with you. Is it TNT? Like, because when I was Ted Needles and Thunder, we were Ted Needles Thunder, TNT. I think you and I are T and T, so more like Tanqueray and Tonic then. Is Tanqueray and Tonic even a thing? Is that even in your universe?
I always see when I have the Thunder, Mason, Tommy, TMT, I always think of the money team, Floyd Mayweather.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know we go TMCS sometimes, or MCS, or I don't know what that would be. Like, does MCS have like some? I don't know. 414-677-1250 is the phone number. That's the Nicolay Law Fan talk and text line. Freddie Peralta going tonight against Matthew Boyd. And joining us now on the Fan Guest Hotline is the one, the only. Let's see if I can hit the right button. No, there you go.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Thunder Nellis. Brought to you by Verizon, the #1 network in Milwaukee, on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Join their fall mini camps at focusbaseball.com.
He is Drew Wagner. Good afternoon, Drew.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I am well. How are you?
I'm well as well. We jumping right into it. The moment got to him a little bit. Had a long layoff. It's his first postseason appearance. It's in his hometown. The Quinn Priester we saw last night was not the Quinn Priester we've been accustomed to seeing over the past few months, was it?
No, he choked, plain and simple. He choked on the big stage. Like, he wasn't ready for it, and he was right. It's entirely on him. Like, you give up 4 runs in the first, you can't do that. You just can't do that. It was pitiful is what it was.
Yeah, it was, and so I think the second guessers among us, it's very easy. But I think people are going to, regardless of what happens tonight or in game 5, I think there's going to be a pretty large contingent of people who are going to say Priester should have pitched game 2. And with how well Quintana pitched last night, Quintana should have pitched game 3. Is that just fan talk, or are we allowed to have that opinion? What do you think when people second guess to that degree?
I mean, you're going to get second guessed on it, but the move made sense. You know, the guy had been lights out for 95% of the year, and he's given a 2-game lead. You had every reason to think that he was going to answer in the moment. Who's to say that he wouldn't have done that in game 2? Maybe it wasn't just pitching at Wrigley, like everyone said. Maybe he just wasn't ready for the moment. And that's a problem because they got a lot. They want to have a lot more playoff games. And if you can't trust him to take the ball in those moments, you're screwed, because that means you have one starting pitcher in Freddie Peralta, maybe Jose Quintana. If you're a Brewers fan, I would be concerned moving forward.
I think concerned is a fair word. Drew Wagner joining us here on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. On the flip side, the bullpen goes 7 1/3, gives up 5 hits, but no runs. And Quintana does look very comfortable and at ease, and he's pitched obviously a ton at Wrigley as a former Cub. But Grant Anderson pitched really well. Chad Patrick pitched really well. What do you say about the rest of the bullpen?
I mean, the bullpen did its job again, and they've done their job all series, and that's encouraging. There wasn't really much doubt about that. The issue is the starting pitching, and the issue is the offense not coming up with a big hit. Like, they had chances.
Yep.
They had chances. They just didn't deliver.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of those chances, I know there's an opportunity where Bryce Terang, after Churio doubled, wasn't able to move him over. Obviously, Jake Bauers had a great game, an RBI single and a home run, but then had a bad at-bat in the 8th inning, and it's kind of hard to come down on him because he was really the offense. As you look at some of these at-bats and some of these opportunities where guys have an opportunity to come up big and don't, is that just like, when it happens in 162 games, it's just baseball, but it's magnified to an extent that what do you put it down to when it happens in the playoffs?
Well, the issue with the Brewers offense right now is they come out guns a-blazing, early on, and they wiped out those deficits in games 1 and 2. And really, what did they do after that? You had the Churio home run that broke the game open. Yep. But other than that, offense has been silent.
Yes.
They've done nothing. Like, I'm sorry, this has not been for all the tea and vinegar that people are pumping on them. Like, those first 2 games, okay, they won them, but listen, the Brewers offense has not looked good. It has not looked good at all. They have done very little. Basically, they're riding a bullpen right now and hoping they get enough offense.
Yeah, that's absolutely what it looks like. Lockridge gets the start last night in center field, and the bunt doesn't get quite executed the way he would have liked to. But big picture wise, like, was it a little too cute to start Lockridge? Do you think? I know Murph loves him and talked about him about like how hard it was when they sent him down and how well he played at AAA. But like, do he's not one of their best players. Was that just getting a little too cute at some level?
I think a little bit. Like, I understand the strategy. I understand the reason behind it and the flexibility for the bullpen. Like, I get all that stuff. In hindsight, it's easy to look back and say it didn't work out. Going into it, it's easy to understand why. Listen, the issue here is simply execution. All these guys are able to contribute something. When they're not contributing what they're expecting, like, no one was expecting Brandon Lockridge to go out there and go 3 for 4 with a home run. Right. But you are expecting him to be able to get that bunt down. That's what he's good at. That's what and being unable to do that, that's a failure. That's a flat out failure.
Yep. Drew Wagner joining us here on 1250 M 105.7 FM, The Fan. We, all season long that we've been banging the Bryce Terang bell. we love Bryce. I'm not convinced that he's your best option as your number 3 hitter. And that at bat last night when he didn't move Churio over him, just like looked like he was just, flailing and didn't look locked in, didn't look like the Bryce Terang we saw, especially during August. Do you think he's tired? Do you think he's putting too much pressure on him because he thinks he's a number 3 hitter now? Or do you think it's just a bad day?
I liked him in the 3 spot. I thought it was a good move when they first did it. And because the guy's able to hit forever. The guy's able to hit for power. The guy's able to get on base. He's able to do all those things. And he just hasn't been doing it. Like, he's had a really quiet playoff so far. So I don't know what the issue is. Maybe he is tired. Don't know how you can be tired when he had 5 days off, but he's just simply not delivering. Like, that can be said about a lot of guys on that Brewers lineup.
Knowing that Matthew Boyd's on the mound tonight for the Chicago Cubs, do you expect the same lineup as game 1 that piled 6 runs on him in the first inning?
That would be the wise decision. It worked. Put your guys out there. I mean, let's face it. I think this is a must-win game for the Brewers. I think if they lose this game, they're cooked, and I don't think they come back to win game 5. Cubs are riding all the momentum at that point. It's going to be a weekend game. The stadium's going to be flooded with Cubs fans. I think this is a must-win game.
Well, I don't like looking ahead to game 5 or to game 1 or whatever it might be. But since we have you, we might as well talk about it. What would the pitching options be for game 5 if things don't go the Brewers' way tonight?
That's hard to say because we just pretty much established they're down to if one starting pitcher they can trust. You're looking at another bullpen game, I think, for Game 5.
Yep.
Maybe you bring Miz out there. Maybe you bring Gasser out there. I don't know. Maybe you try Ashby in that role again. He doesn't look good right now. And that's just the fact of it. Yeah, it's only one loss. But after Quinn Priester yesterday, you don't have a lot of faith in a already depleted starting rotation. So I really don't know where they go from here.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier on the show, Tommy and I, that regardless of where they go, we would not be surprised to see a lefty as your opener to try to neutralize what Bush has done. What has he meant to the Cubs? And like, I mean, you know, there are games he goes 1 for 4, but that one's a home run. Like, is there something they need to do differently with their approach to the Cubs leadoff hitter?
Not sure. I would say the one thing to maybe start doing is stop leaving meatballs out over the plate.
Yeah, that would help.
That's probably a good starting point. Try getting them out because right now it's like they're putting it on T for Michael Bush.
Yeah, it really does. So in your mind, does this really come down to missed opportunities? Because, you know, you go down 4-1 last night, and they probably shouldn't have even scored that one in the first inning. You know, it was that crazy pop-up that wasn't the infield fly and got lost in the sun. But then they have a couple, they have a number of 1, 2, 3 innings, but they also have a couple innings where they put guys on and had an opportunity to put a crooked number up there, but didn't. Is it as simple as they had missed opportunities? And if it is missed opportunities, sometimes those missed opportunities the next night turn into opportunities that's why every day is different in baseball. And that's why we say #baseball, right?
I mean, it's one thing, you're going to get opportunities, but you got to do something with them.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. They had opportunity there in the 8th inning. They loaded the bases and couldn't come up with anything. You can have all the opportunities in the world, but if you don't do anything with them, it doesn't matter. So, do you have the faith in these guys to get it done based on what you've seen so far? That's a tough one to say.
Well, I think a lot of it comes down to Freddie, and what do you expect to see from Freddie tonight? And I don't know if you have an official prediction of what you think will happen tonight, but if you do, do you think what do you expect to see from Freddie tonight?
I don't know. You're hoping you get the good Freddie, but I got a hunch that the Cubs are going to go in there with the same plan that everyone does: ambush the fastball and then sit and watch him dance around the zone. And if that works, the Brewers are in trouble because Freddie is not the lockdown starter that everyone thinks he is. I mean, he's got very good numbers this year, but we know what Freddie's weaknesses are. It is pitch count. It is putting guys on base. That's problematic. You know he's going to give up home runs. We know this. It's just the type of pitcher he is. Mm-hmm. It's the type of pitcher he's always been. Can Freddie keep guys off the bases ahead of those home runs? That remains to be seen.
Well, and Freddie this year with a 1.77 ERA at home, a 3.71 ERA on the road. Does that concern you?
I mean, it's still a pretty decent number, but Wrigley Field, man, it's a beast. I mean, it's a toilet and a hellhole, but it's a hitter's paradise. I don't know what the forecast is for tonight, but the wind's blowing out. We know that a pop fly can easily be a home run. So, yeah, it's concerning right now, all things considered. You got to hope that the good Freddie shows up tonight.
How you feeling about Joe Flacco?
How do you think I'm feeling about Joe Flacco?
I mean, you got to feel better about Joe Flacco than you do about Jake Browning, though.
I mean, it's a slight improvement, but I'm expecting like a 45-7 whooping on Sunday. I mentally prepared myself for that. I'm going to be hiding in the woods for the next couple of days, so I don't have to endure it.
Looks like, by the way, 56 degrees at game time tonight. Winds blowing east-southeast with wind gusts up to 10 miles an hour, which I feel like is not that big of it's definitely been windier at Wrigley. Back to Flacco, it's a Band-Aid. Do you think there's anybody in the Bengals organization that views this as oh, we got to go get Flacco because Browning's been so bad and Flacco gives us a better chance to win? I mean, like you said, maybe vaguely he does, but are you really Do you really think things get different with Joe Flacco out there?
No. They still have no defense. They still have no offensive line. They still have Zach Taylor as a head coach and Mike Brown as the owner, president, and general manager. So I don't. There's no way things are going to get any better this year. That season is lost. That team is cooked, as the kids would say.
We know the Bengals spent a ton of money on T. Higgins in the offseason. Would they have been better spending that money on the offensive line?
I mean, no, because you still need someone to throw it to, and T is one of your guys. T and Jamar are the guys in that offense, right up there with Joe. And you thought with those two dudes that Joe would be able to get throws up. Then Joe goes down. You still have two of the best wide receivers in the game. All Jake Browning had to do was get the ball to them, and they're not. And that goes back to game prep. I mean, I don't know. I'm rarely a fire the coach, fire the manager guy, but I don't know what Zach Taylor is drawing up in the days leading up to a game, because calling them a game plan is charitable at best. Like, this team looks lost. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Yeah, I get you lost your quarterback, but you still have some potent weapons that other teams would die to have, and they're just not being utilized. They're not getting the job done. And I think that goes back to game prep. I think it goes back to game planning, preparation, coaching. It's just not there right now. Like, the Bengals are an absolute disaster. They make the 1980s Packers look coherent.
Ouch. That's brutal. Well, regardless of how this Brewers series goes, there's no game on Sunday. Unfortunately for Bengals fans, fortunately for Packers fans, hopefully that Packers fans will get to focus on the Packers on Sunday. Drew, thank you so much for jumping on. Drew Wagner, our Milwaukee baseball insider, and we will definitely talk to you soon. That is Drew Wagner here on The Fan, 105.7 FM, 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan. And he joined us on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. The quarterback. No, the kicker, our quarterback. I feel like he's our quarterback, right, Tommy? He's our quarterback.
No, he's the kicker.
He's the kicker, but he's our quarterback.
Snap, hold, kick. I'm snap, I think.
You think so?
Wouldn't you be holding for him?
I guess.
Or are you snapping?
I don't know. I feel more comfortable. I feel like I always felt like if I took 1 year off of school and life and work and just worked to be a long snapper, like when I was 20, I could have done it.
All right. Well, you can be snap. I'll be hold. That's fine.
Yeah.
He's got to be kicked.
I'm too nervous to hold.
All right.
Like, I'm going to mess it up.
Snap, hold, kick.
Yeah. Do you feel you can you hold?
Oh yeah.
You can do it? Okay. Yeah. I don't trust myself to hold. I trust myself to snap.
Yeah, I'll hold.
Okay. All right. But the kicker, Mason Crosby, coming up next right here on the Mason Crosby Show, powered by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. We're in the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
It's time for the boys' weekly picks. Hear who they think will win the big games this weekend. Just don't trust them. It's weekly picks with Mason Crosby, Mitch Nellis, and Tommy Wirtz.
Touchdown. I never heard that before until, Tommy, you did it today.
Yeah.
And I was like, and now I'm going to hear that kid yelling touchdown. I think we need to get some Crosby children to record just saying touchdown and get that like as a montage in this open. This is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. My name is Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. He is Tommy Wirtz. And joining us now, the one, the only, the kicker, Mason Crosby. Hi, Mason.
What's up, fellas? Yeah, it's always good, to be able to jump on my own show while I'm, driving the family on another vacation. So it's fall break, and got the van loaded up with all the kids, and we're down here. I guess we have a week-long fall break, and you have a week of Thanksgiving. You have just to take a breather. It's been a long time.
Lame.
Yep. I know we start school earlier, so school
soft.
Early August.
So soft.
Hey, I love it. No, it's like we just get all these little breaks. Kids have it. We have a great time. We're actually heading down to Alabama to visit some friends and a charity that we support. So it's going to be great. But I'm ready for my picks.
Are you in the conversion fan?
I have a Molly Crosby lock.
Now,
so
nice.
Oh yeah,
cannot wait for that. Tommy, do you want to give us a reminder of our standings?
I can, yes. Mason and Mitch, you guys are tied atop 13 and 13 so far through our picks. Tommy at 12 and 14 after the big week last week, right back in the hunt. Games we'll be picking this week. We'll start, I guess, with how about we go with Bears Commanders? That's the Monday night game.
I love it.
It is the Commanders favored by 4.5 in the contest. All betting odds courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook on our NFL picks.
Mm-hmm.
I will start. I will go with Washington on Monday night. By the way, Mitch, we were talking about it. Mason, 2 Monday night games? That's stupid, right? I'm done with 2 Monday night games.
Same. I hate 2 Monday night games, Mason.
Oh, no, there you are. Yeah. Now you're back.
Hello?
Yeah, 2 Monday night games is a joke. Like, I thought that might be the first week or two. Ridiculous.
Yes.
It is absolutely ridiculous. We will do our best with Mason as he's driving in rural America, which might not have the cell phone towers that we're used to here in the Milwaukee Metroplex. Mason, did you hear about Brandon McManus, by the way?
Hey, sorry about that. Yeah, repeat the question.
Did you hear about Brandon McManus?
I did. Is there confirmation? I mean, is he out for the weekend?
There's not confirmation, but are you ready to go if you got the call? You may not be as good as you once was, but are you as good once as you ever were?
I could probably be good once, but just how they moved on from me a couple of years ago, they're not giving me a call. They had an opportunity to call me whenever they had struggling kickers, a year or so ago or 2 years ago. So that ship has sailed, and I'm happy doing what I'm doing. So it's a little worrisome to think like if he doesn't go, are they rolling with this the international Irish kicker rolling into a big NFL game this weekend? That'll be an interesting one for him.
At Brandon Snide, who is on with Rami and John Kuhn, he said, "Great, just don't kick the ball at all. Like go for it on every 4th down. Like just go."
True. Yeah, I like that. I mean, that would get that 14.5 pretty quick if you just get you score 2 touchdowns and you get to that 15 number, a little bit quicker. So that'd be nice.
That's true. So Mason, did you pick in that first game Bears at Commanders? Commanders 4.5.
Yeah, I am taking the Commanders in that one for sure.
Yeah, I am
especially in Washington.
Right. Yeah, I think so. We all remember the Hail Mary from last year where the Bears player was celebrating and taunting fans before the play happened, and then Washington ended up winning that game. Changed the fortunes, I would argue, of both teams last season.
For sure.
The Bears were looking pretty decent, and Washington was not looking great up until that point, and both teams went completely the opposite direction after that. I as well am taking the Commanders. I know it's a little boring when we all pick the same team, but when we're all the smartest people in the room, there's no shame in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When we're all right, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I will also take the Commanders in that one, Tommy.
Here's a weird one now. We are going to go to Sunday Night Football. That is Lions at Chiefs, and the Chiefs are 2.5-point favorites in this game going up against the Lions. Mr. Nellis,
Yes.
would you like to start us off on this one?
That's the 4-1 Lions at the 2-3 Chiefs. The Chiefs coming off a Monday night loss in Jacksonville, where Trevor Lawrence did everything in his power to try to let the Chiefs win, and then he still ended up, being better than your best friend with the Chargers, Tommy.
Yeah.
He is.
I am going to go with the Lions in this one. I think the Lions are significantly better than the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are not that good. I think this could be a shootout, but I think the Lions in a shootout, I trust the Lions way more than I trust the Chiefs. So I'm going to take the Lions as an underdog. The Lions at the Chiefs.
I honestly am going to rock with Kansas City because
no way.
I don't. What does Vegas know? What does Vegas know?
Yeah, they know ball.
They know too much, and there's no reason the Chiefs should be favored in this game. Zero reason. That makes me believe that they know something that I don't know, and I'm going to trust them. Mason Crosby.
Wow, that is surprising, but maybe not because you are a huge Taylor Swift fan. But this is the Molly Crosby lock of the week.
Yeah.
The Lions are winning this game. You give the Lions 2.5 points? Yeah. Are you kidding me? Molly does not love Taylor Swift's new album. This is the Molly Crosby lock of the week right here.
I love it. Wow.
So I should get 2 points then if the Chiefs win this game.
Is that what you need?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just making stuff up at this point.
We'll just get some handouts. That's fine.
Let's go to the Wisconsin Badgers. This one also feels so weird. Iowa only 3-point favorites on Wisconsin. It went down from 3.5 earlier in the week. This is the Tommy Wirtz knowing the same amount of ball as Molly Crosby lock of the week on my side of things. I'm going with Iowa at -3. Makes no sense why the Badgers are that close.
That is correct.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only answer. Like, you can't pick Wisconsin in that, right?
No.
I mean, it's like, yeah. So taking Iowa. I hope the Badgers prove us wrong, but it's for sure Iowa.
Mitch Nellis?
Yeah, Iowa. I mean, come on. Do I even need to say?
No.
Like, can you just read my mind?
Yeah, I know.
At this point?
I know. It's an angry time when we have to pick the Badger game every week, but it's also
so time for all of
dumb.
us.
Like, why not? Why not just give the Badgers 12 points the other way? It doesn't make sense. They got stomped by Iowa last year, as you remember that. That was infamous Tommy first date, 2 hours late the first date day, if you remember that.
Yes.
So yeah, though Iowa's coming back.
She still is in love with you.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
Is she still in love with you?
No, I don't think so. I think that ship has sailed. But I will say that Iowa is coming back with a vengeance in favor of the Raised Grain viewing of the last game. So yes, I'm going in with that. Solo games. Anyone want to go first? Anyone want one that they really like that they think they should get first dibs on picking?
Oh, sounds
I
like
do.
Mason.
I have one I like, and
Okay.
I just in the name of like rivalry weekends, I always like the kind of big hype games. So I am picking the Red River Showdown.
Ooh, let's do it.
The Oklahoma versus Texas.
Oh,
and I cannot believe Oklahoma is only favored by, I believe, 4.5.
Oh, that's not what I have at all.
Really?
What is it?
I have Texas favored by 1.5, according to the
No,
podcast.
that's right. No, sorry. Yes, that was what was crazy. Texas is favored by 1.5.
Yes.
I was looking at the wrong game. Texas is favored by 1.5.
That's
Give
insane.
me Oklahoma all day, every day.
Mhm.
Are you kidding me?
By the way, I just want to point it out that the line for the Packers game just moved to 14.
Okay, we didn't make the pick yet.
Yeah, we didn't make the pick, so I just want, when we get there, I want that for the record. Mason, for the record, I love Oklahoma in that game.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
That's crazy.
And I'm wearing Texas orange today.
Nice.
Just to mock them. Because
for mocking purposes.
Exactly. Tommy, can I go next?
You can go next.
All right, I'm going next. I think, Dylan Gabriel's played pretty well, and he played pretty well last week, but traveling from London and then playing a road game at Pittsburgh, I think I'm going with Aaron Charles Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are only favored
5.5.
Only favored by 5.5 against the Cleveland Browns. I love Pittsburgh to roll by 2 touchdowns in this one.
Okay.
That's a good pick. I like that pick too. I can't believe the Browns have to go on the road after playing in London. That's crazy.
Minnesota, I know Minnesota was there for 2 weeks, but they have a bye. And I know, Mason, I think that most teams, when they go overseas, they do get the option of a bye right away, or do they want to save it? Cleveland, for whatever reason, decided to not only not take a bye, but play at Pittsburgh, which I know it's not like it's a long trip, but it's still a road game.
It's still pretty wild. Yeah, a division game, road game, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to take kind of a different approach here.
Real quick before you do, Tommy, I did look at all the baseball games. Like I looked at Brewers, Cubs. I thought about Scooball.
I did too.
But Kirby and Seattle are good. And I did look at Philly, LA, and none of them jumped out at me. So I just wanted to, for the record, I did look at the baseball games.
Well, with that being said, I'm going to go to baseball with my pick.
Okay. Who'd you like?
I am going to take the over because it's so low. Tigers, Mariners, 5.5. I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over.
Okay.
I understand it's Scooble, it's Kirby. Like everyone's expecting a nice little pitching matchup. That's just too low for a baseball game. There's no way that one team's going to put up 4 in this game, right? Like that's what it feels like. So I'm going to take that. The over on 5.5 in that game. It's too low. Right. I'm rooting for baseball chaos, and that would be baseball chaos. That means we go to the Green Bay Packers.
So the only, just so you know, Tommy, that games 1 and games 2, which were both in Seattle, both were 3-2 finals.
Oh, really? That would make me not change my mind at all on this pick.
You know.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm just letting you know. Sometimes a trend's a trend, bro.
Yeah, I understand. There's going to be runs scored in this game. Right. I'm gonna guarantee that over.
And that game is tomorrow night, by the way.
Yeah, it is Friday. Yes. I will then.
I'm taking Whitefish Bay over Nicolay tomorrow night, by the way. Whitefish Bay is going to destroy Nicolay.
Yes.
Homecoming for the Blue
Let's
Dukes.
start making spreads on high school football. Mitch Nellis. That's his line
there. Yeah, that's what we should start doing our own lines.
I'm sure they have them in Texas. Right?
Texas? They do for sure.
Yes.
they do for
sure.
Yes,
you cannot bet on under 18 athletes.
I think in Texas, high school football in Texas, in Ohio, Florida, there's got to be.
I'm pretty sure I remember having lines for games. Yeah,
that's insane. This is why those Little League World Series odds next year are going to be crazy.
All right, who's Cudahy got this weekend?
They're 42-point underdogs, no matter who it is. Bengals Packers 14. That's the new line. Packers are home. It is a 3:20 game. Brandon McManus might play, might not play. We did say that it was Zach Tom and Aaron Banks sound like they will play, and Rasheed Walker not practicing today. Mr. Mason Crosby, you have a lean on this one first.
And it's weird. I liked it at 14.5. Honestly, taking the Bengals. Like that was. I was gonna, I was going like 31-17.
You don't give it to him. Give it to him, Tommy.
No. I mean, I think I don't want to pick a tie. So I'm taking the Packers. I'm taking it. I think coming out of a bye week,
I never should have said
anything. The Bengals are just so bad. Like I'm going to take the Packers, and I'm going to say 34. I'll go 34-17.
I'm mad at myself that I said something. I would have loved to have Mason to take the Bengals in this game. That would have been so great for both of us.
I know. Well, I was going to take them.
I'm going to take them. I'm going to take the Bengals in this one to cover 14. And I'll have the Packers winning 21-10. That's what I'll go with.
21.
21? What are you?
Wow.
You're out of your mind.
There you go. That's the pick right
You're
there.
guaranteeing the under there, huh?
You guess so?
38-20. The Packers win. Packers cover. 38-20.
Someone's got to pick against the Packers in a spread that massive. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Someone has to.
Yeah,
so
I'll
I'll be the
Mason.
guy.
I agree.
I'll be the guy. And recapping our picks this week, I'm rocking with the Bengals to cover 14 on Green Bay. We all have the Commanders to cover 4.5 on the Bears. Iowa's going to dominate the Badgers. That line's ridiculous. Lions, Molly Crosby, lock of the week. Lions, that Tommy is fading because he is going with the Chiefs. I am taking the over in Tigers and Mariners game 5, while Mitch Nellis is going to take the Steelers to cover over the Browns of 5.5. And Mason Crosby rocking with the number 6 team in the country, somehow underdogs to unranked Texas.
So real quick, Mason, the way this came out is there are 2 games where all 3 of us agree, and there are 2 games, Mason, where you and I agree, and Tommy went the other way. So this could be
we could jump up,
or it could be a big movement week for Tommy.
Could be.
Yeah.
You better hope Texas.
But it won't be. It won't be. I mean,
Okay.
he picked the Chiefs in that game.
Hey, Mason, if we were a snap hold kick operation, we'll say you're the kicker for the fun times, I guess. Who's the snapper and who's the holder, me or Mitch?
Are you really at who do you think? I mean, you're
so-
obviously snapping, Tommy.
Oh, there you go.
So we agree. We agree that's what it should be. I'm just scared to hold. Like, I think I'm going to mess up the hold.
I
saw both y'all, your hands there at that softball game. So I'm not worried. Either one of y'all, you can be interchangeable.
Yeah.
Both great gloves.
I always thought I could be a snapper. I'm worried about the hold, and I trust Tommy more as a holder. I trust Tommy more than I trust myself. Just in life.
Tommy's got that confidence. He's got that swag. I could see him just throw it down and be all right.
Yeah, but Mitch, like, the snapper can't get hit. Right, like that's the other one. Like we should probably put Mitch at the snapper.
Yeah,
he can't get hit.
I can't get hit.
Yeah, if Mitch gets hit, it's over.
I'm crying.
Yeah,
it's over.
Right, relax. It's Mason. What is one thing you're looking forward to on your vacation?
It's a quick trip. I'm just looking forward to. It's a 20-year celebration for this charity. So it's just going to be fun seeing a lot of familiar faces, friends that we haven't seen in a while, spending time with them. And then Nolan and I, maybe a couple of other kids, we're going down. Their headquarters is at a golf course, a resort down here. So we're going to hopefully play some golf, maybe do some fishing. So always look forward to getting down here and just spending time with family and just having a few quiet moments to unwind before we get back to the chaos of everything.
Nice.
Well, Mason, Molly, the gaggle of 5, have a great long weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday, right?
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Talk to you later.
Let's do it.
All right, brother. That's Mason Crosby, the kicker, on the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. We got somebody mad at me on the talk and text line, so we will get to that when we come back. The Nicolay Law Fan talk and text line 414-677-1250. I love when people get mad at me and call me stupid because I'm not stupid, you're stupid. And that's the best argument to have when you just call each other stupid. It's the best. This is the Mason Crosby Show. I'm just kidding, everybody. I love you.
What's on Mason Crosby's mind today? It's time for Extra Points, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
All right, great show today,
what a
everybody.
great show. It's been a great show.
Great show, everybody.
Thanks to the show for showing
Drew
today.
Wagner was on.
Great show.
Talking
Great
a lot
show.
of Brewers.
I am Mason Crosby.
Thinking about Quinn Priester.
Yeah.
Hope he's okay.
Extra Points is a play on what I did my entire life.
What do you mean, Tommy?
I kicked.
I don't
if
get
you
it.
didn't know.
I don't understand.
I was a kicker.
I'm just kidding. This is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250. We've got 920 chiming in. I'm on record here stating that I thought the Brewers should have started Priester game 2 and not overthinking things. Murphy got lucky. Game 2 worked out. I'm still hopeful for the crew to finish it off, but can't deny I'm nervous about who's going to be pitching a possible game 5. 262 writes in just 3 minutes later, says they won game 2 and you're complaining, can't fix stupid. 262, I'm not complaining, I'm analyzing. Okay, that's my job. That, I would argue, you are a fan. That's your job. I'm complaining because they lost game 3. And I think they lost game 3 because of what they decided to do in game 2. So if you don't understand how baseball works, that's not my problem. That's your problem. The goal is to win games. The goal is not to win some games. The goal in a 5-game series is to win 3 games. And if you give yourself a better chance to win 3 games by doing what I suggested, then I think I can't fix your stupid. But I don't think you're stupid. I just think you're a fan. And I think I'm a fan. And I think we're both allowed to have different opinions. And I think that's the beauty of sports, is that we can have different opinions and not blow each other's houses up. I've never blown a house up, Tommy. You ever blown a house up?
No.
Yeah. Mailbox?
No.
I don't want you to incriminate yourself because it is a federal offense.
No. Yeah, no.
You never played like mailbox baseball in high school?
No.
I never did, but I do have a friend. I have some friends who did
federal
that.
crime, man.
I know. And they definitely ended up like running from the cops. Like there was like a cop car that they saw a block
too many
away.
Ring doorbells now and everything.
Right.
Like
You can't do
even
that
do
stuff.
it. Can't even do it. No.
That is definitely true. 414-677-1250 is the phone number. A few minutes left here on today's. I mean, it's been a great show. It's been a great show today. Greg's in Waukesha. Greg, you are on the Mason Crosby Show, Middays with Thunder, TNT, Tommy and Thunder.
Hey, Tommy. Hey, Thunder. Yeah, I have to go on record to say I actually agreed with Sparky yesterday. I didn't like the lineup.
Sparky. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love you, Sparky.
Yeah. I didn't like the lineup.
Was it just Lockridge, or were there other issues?
There were other issues. I don't like Lockridge starting. You have to start your main guys in a playoff series. I mean, you get now you don't, but you had a day off. They're rested.
Yep.
Start them.
Yep.
You know.
They did not start. Greg, they did not start them because they needed rest. They did not start them because Murph thought that Lockridge gave them. He liked Lockridge in that lineup as a bunter, as a guy who saw a lot of pitches.
Well, who's the guy in broadcasting a few days ago who said that the bunt, or I don't know if he was a manager, who said that the bunt isn't effective, anymore. And it has been effective in the past, but I just was not a fan of it yesterday.
Fair. That's fair.
It just, and then the other comment I have is the Brewers don't win if they don't if they don't score 3 runs in the first 2 or 3 innings.
Well,
tonight.
they got to get to 4. Oh, tonight you don't think they win? I don't know. I think they just got to get to 4 runs. If they get to 4 runs tonight, the Brewers will win. If they don't get to 4 runs, they're in trouble. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully we'll be dealing with the Dodgers or the Phillies, whoever. I don't know who I want to win in that series too.
Yeah,
for the Brewers
I agree. I'm with you on that one, Greg. Thanks for the call, my friend.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 414-677-1250 is the phone number. 5:08 today, Tommy. We've got the Phillies at the Dodgers. It's Chris Sanchez at Tyler Glasnow. This should be a really good pitching matchup. The shadows will play a little bit of a factor in this one. Do you think Philly stays hot from last night, or do you think LA just lowers the hammer on them?
I think that if we're speaking far ahead, I would rather the Brewers play the Dodgers in the game. So I'm going to take the Dodgers.
So but do you think the Dodgers win tonight, or you're cheering for the Dodgers to win tonight? Who do you think wins the game as someone who knows ball?
Give me the Dodgers. They wrap it up in LA. Yeah.
I think that Philly's in a place they want to be with Chris Sanchez starting tonight. But Glasnow has been pretty awesome for the Dodgers this season. And they know that Shohei Ohtani is pitching game 5. If it came to that, Philly doesn't have anybody announced that. Interesting that the Dodgers already announced that. Like, they're like, Ohtani, you want some? Come get some.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I think the Dodgers, the top of their lineup, obviously very scary. Bottom of the lineup, not scary. Bullpen is a mess. Their bullpen is awful. But we're not looking ahead to that yet. Brewers got to win tonight. 8:08 p.m. tonight. Freddie Peralta taking on Matthew Boyd. We all know what happened the last time these two faced off in game 1. The Brewers had 6 in the first inning after Michael Busch started that game with a home run. And we will see what happens tonight. Remember, tonight, also at Brewski's. That's right. It's the leadoff show with Tommy from 7 to 8. So you should get to Brewski's and check out and then watch the game there. The game starts at 8:08 tonight. Bucks are in action, home against the Pistons tonight. Whole section's probably still available. So if you want to buy a whole section for somebody, you go right ahead. And just had a blast today. And we'll do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do some Eye on the Enemy, talk about the Bengals, obviously break down everything that happens in the game tonight. And coming into the fan studios powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook right now, the gentle giant Charlie Usen getting ready for Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's, and Steve Sparky Pfeiffer. Everybody have a great Thursday. Everybody, let's go Brewers. Send them home. Let's go.
I was